Yo! We got another video, and this time it's Joe Kingston! They sentenced the boy to 3 years. So let's go and see what they have to say.
Sentenced to 3.5 years in federal prison today for wire fraud. His lawyers saying this case was about more than just theft.
It was about the fact that he was a 16-year-old who rose to fame overnight and never had any guidance on finances, never knew how much money was in his bank account. Business managers handled that, and some of them didn't handle it properly. So,
okay, let's see. So he didn't know, he didn't have an accountant. So he's making all this money from beautiful girl. Okay, he's making all this money and he had no accountant. They just like, here's your check. And he's like, I don't know how much is in my account. Like, don't check how much is in your account. Just spend how you feel. You're 16. Who cares?
we're here today because Sean still to this day doesn't know how much money is in his bank account and does.
He doesn't know how much money is in the account. So why don't you just check? Hey, this is the most ridiculous excuse ever. He doesn't know how much money is in his bank account. Imagine that as an excuse for fraud. It's like, I didn't know how much is in my account. It's like, so you never logged into your bank. You never gone to an ATM machine with your card and looked how much was in your account. It's like, no. So you just spending as if it was as if the money would never end. He's like, yeah. That's his lawyer's excuse for him. He's like, he just doesn't know what's in his account.
Like to buy nice stuff.
He likes to buy nice stuff.
Was found guilty of fraud.
Damn, his mom boarded. Look at that here. Oh man, he done his mom dirty.
Grand theft as well. She got sentenced to 5 years in federal prison last month. Prosecutors said Kingston and his mother used his celebrity name to trick luxury businesses into delivering things to them before getting payment.
Yo, there's one point where he had, I can't remember. He had this like TV wall installed, and this guy just likes nice stuff. But in order to get nice stuff, you have to work for it. And his time as a celebrity is way past. And he had this TV wall there, and the company's like, you ain't paid us. And he had it installed. He's like, yeah, I'm sure Kingston, I'm good for the money. You know me, beautiful girl. You know, you have to be very careful, man. Just because someone was once a celebrity, don't mean they're still a celebrity.
Payments were then made using fraudulent or worthless wire transfers. Kingston and his mom ended up stealing more than $1 million worth of stuff. According to arrest warrants, the pair defrauded a jewelry business, a luxury bed company, car dealerships, and a TV company. Jesse Kurst is joining us now with more on this outside the courthouse. Jesse, the sentence, it could have been worse, right? The government had asked for more time.
They should have gave him more time. Because what he did was use his celebrity status and that one hit song he had to try and finesse people out of luxury goods and items. You know, a person who wasn't a celebrity would have gotten more time. But because it was Sean Kingston, he got off a little bit lighter.
What happened in court and what's coming next?
Yeah, so
I'm just being honest, man.
Had asked for 60 months behind bars. He wound up getting sentenced to 42 months, as well as 3 years of supervised release. His attorneys have been pushing for him to spend no time behind bars. His legal team arguing that Sean Kingston should have just served time under house arrest, which he had been doing leading up to his sentencing. His attorneys had pointed to several things, including the fact that they say that he had repaid much of what was owed. They pointed to what they say were good works he'd done in the past, including serving meals around Thanksgiving to those in need. But the judge clearly determined that Kingston needed to spend at least some time behind bars. We did hear from Kingston's legal team afterward. We did not hear from Kingston himself because he was immediately taken into custody. Here's part of what we heard from Kingston's legal team.
I think that anybody who buys them a jewelry, and you all know from social media, I mean, I would call it an addiction. Just like people who have an addiction to gambling get a lower sentence, I would say that this was an addiction to nice stuff.
An addiction to nice stuff. This lawyer can't even take herself seriously. Look at the way she said it, like, addiction to nice stuff. I'm like, really? A lot of people like nice stuff, but they don't go around stealing and screwing people over for it, man. And, you know, defrauding people. That's not an excuse. I have an addiction to nice stuff. It's like, what are you in here for? Well, it's my addiction Nice stuff. Like, we all have an addiction to nice stuff. That's why we go to work, to pay for things. It's ridiculous.
And here's also a look, Yasmin, at some of the figures that have been discussed in this case. And at this point, the amount of restitution is still
400k on jewelry. This isn't just an addiction to nice stuff. This is an addiction to trying to keep up an image of a person that's fallen off. You don't need $480,000 worth of jewelry. Who's it for? It's like he just sits down with the jewelry on. He's like, man, you could have bought a whole house with that money. You could have bought a whole house. You have that much in jewelry on you. 200k from the Bank of America. Bloody hell. 160k from the Escalade dealer. Well, he needs to have his car. And then we got 100k from First Republic Bank. Damn, and he went to another. I can't see what that is. 860k from a custom beds manufacturer. You gotta sleep good, man. That fat ass needs to sleep good.
There's a hearing set in October, or I should say in October. That is when we are expecting a conclusion to the amount of money that Sean Kingston will still owe, unless there is any kind of agreement reached between prosecutors and the defense team in between between now and then. And that is what played out outside of the courthouse. We're actually in Miami now, so we're in the general area, but that's what played outside the courthouse. Again, we saw Sean Kingston going into the courthouse. He didn't say anything to us when I asked him what he was going to say to the judge, but he did make some brief comments in the courtroom. He made the push to be able to turn himself in, saying he had some medical appointments that he needed to handle before he was taken into custody, but the judge had him immediately remanded to custody, and so now he's going to be spending years now, Yasmin, behind bars.
Jesse Kirsch, thank you. Appreciate it.
We thank you for watching.
Okay, I'm gonna sum up Sean Kingston's mistake. This is the guy. Look, people in hip hop, music, you can't live the same lifestyle all the time. You know, this guy. He luckily he had a one hit. He's like a one-hit wonder. You remember any other song than Beautiful Girl? No, I can't remember. He maybe had another hit, but it was probably like a low hit. And you know, he lived way beyond his means. A lot of times, a normal person who had that amount of money coming in, they'll be set for life. I'll be honest. I would have bought a house, cash, and you know, a reasonable car. And have some money, and then if I fall off, I still make music. But if I fall off, it ain't a big deal. But he was still trying to keep up with the big ballers in the industry, and you can't keep up with those people when you only have one hit to your name. You know, you can't go around using Justin. He was literally trying to use Justin Bieber name to get luxury goods. It's like, yo, I hang with Justin Bieber. Look, here's a picture. Like that was years ago. I haven't seen Justin Bieber and Sean Kingston in the same room, let alone talk to each other, for years. But like that friendship was over, man. I think Justin Bieber saw him rising and thought, yeah, I can use this guy for a bit of clout. You know, a bit of clout. I'm Justin Bieber. I don't really need much clout, but I can use it for a bit of clout, and then we could chuck him away. if he's still relevant, I hang around with him even more. You know, these guys, they're not really that loyal to anyone. You like. I just remember seeing Justin Bieber hang around with Jaden Smith. They don't hang around with that much anymore. No, that's how it is these days. People grow up and move on. As I was saying, yeah, this guy easily could have lived a normal lifestyle, and no one would have thought anything lesser of him if he downscaled his lifestyle. Because he would have still been richer than the average American person, but he would have still been financially fine. But he had to still try and keep up with the Joneses. There was nothing he was ready. He even released a song. The guy had his time. Everyone has a time in music, and that was his time. And you used to realize that, and you need to move on, or try and adapt to things, adapt to the whole landscape of an ever-changing music environment, ever-changing world. He didn't adapt. He tried to scam people. He tried to still keep the lifestyle up that he was living when he first got on. And you can't do that. It's just not possible. You know, you have to. Everybody needs to downscale in life and assess their situation and their assets and the money they're bringing in. But Well, his excuse is that he never knew how much money was in his account, ever. So he just was spending and not even looking how much money is in his account. But, you know, that's just stupid. So he's never had an accountant, right? He's never paid any taxes. You know what I mean? It's pure lies. This is an excuse. And then the excuse was another thing. He was addicted to nice things. Like, come off of it, man. Come on. He's addicted to nice things. Nobody needs that much money in jewelry on them. It's just, look, jewelry's on you. He ain't doing anything else. The guy's a fool. He deserves what he gets because he played the game and people found him out. He was trying to use his celebrity status to keep up with the Joneses. And when people figured him out, because a lot of people thought like, he's John Kingston, he has money. People don't realize that this guy spent through the money when a beautiful girl. He burnt through that a long time ago. Now he just living on fumes. Anyway, yeah, I'm out, man. Like, subscribe. I'm out.